Before we go any further, I want you to consider this. What if the key to becoming your highest self isn't about adding more, but letting go? So many people believe that elevating their vibration means doing more meditation, more affirmations, more rituals. But here's the truth that the most spiritually attuned individuals understand. It's not about accumulation. It's about liberation. Your natural state is already high vibrational. You don't have to strive for it. Instead, you must strip away the habits, beliefs, and energies that are weighing you down. So, the real question is, what are you willing to release to rise higher? If you're ready to unlock your true potential and dive deeper into this journey, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on powerful insights to elevate your life. Now, let's uncover the things highly spiritual people quit to truly ascend. Let's start with one of the biggest yet often overlooked obstacles: toxic relationships. And this isn't just about romantic connections. It extends to friendships, family ties, and even professional interactions. Have you ever felt your energy instantly drain when a certain person enters the room? That's not your imagination. Every relationship is an exchange of energy. And if someone consistently brings negativity, criticism, or drama into your life, they're lowering your vibration. Spiritually aware individuals recognize this and make the difficult but necessary choice to set boundaries. Ask yourself, who in your life makes you feel light, inspired, and in alignment? And who leaves you feeling exhausted, anxious, or unbalanced? Your answers will reveal where your energy is being depleted. But here's something even more important. It's not just about distancing yourself from toxic people. It's about letting go of the need to fix or save others. Many people with deep spiritual awareness have a strong sense of empathy, which can lead them to take on the burdens of those around them. They see someone struggling and think, I can help, I can heal them. But here's the hard truth. No one can be healed unless they are ready to heal themselves. Pouring all your energy into trying to change someone else will only drain your own. Instead of playing the role of a rescuer, those on a true spiritual path understand that their purpose is to inspire and lead by example, not to carry the weight of others. So ask yourself, are you sacrificing your own peace in an attempt to save someone who isn't ready to change? Next, let's talk about attachment to material things, another major trap that keeps people stuck. This doesn't mean you need to give up all your possessions or live with nothing. It's about recognizing where material things hold power over you. Do you equate your self-worth with what you own? Does the fear of loss create anxiety in your life? Those with a heightened spiritual awareness understand that material possessions are temporary. The more you cling to them for identity or security, the more you create suffering for yourself. Instead, they practice gratitude and embrace simplicity, valuing experiences and inner peace over external status. Take a moment to reflect. If everything you owned disappeared tomorrow, would you still know who you are? That's the level of detachment that leads to true freedom. Another powerful shift happens when you let go of the victim mindset. It's easy to fall into the habit of asking, why is this happening to me, whenever life gets difficult? But here's a game-changing truth. The moment you view yourself as a victim, you hand over your power. Spiritually awakened individuals don't see challenges as punishments. They see them as lessons and opportunities for transformation. They stop blaming external circumstances and instead take full responsibility for their energy and choices. So, take a step back and ask yourself, in what areas of your life are you still holding on to blame? What would happen if you released it and reclaimed your personal power? Now, let's shift to another subtle yet critical habit: negative self-talk. You may not even realize how often your internal dialogue is lowering your vibration. Every time you criticize yourself, doubt your worth, or compare yourself to others, you reinforce limiting beliefs that hold you back. Spiritually conscious individuals recognize this and choose to be mindful of their thoughts. They don't allow their minds to run on autopilot, feeding patterns of fear or inadequacy. Instead, they consciously nurture thoughts that uplift and empower them. This isn't about toxic positivity or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about developing self-compassion and directing your energy toward growth rather than self-judgment. So ask yourself, what is the story you're telling yourself about who you are? Is it elevating you, or is it keeping you stuck? Technology plays a significant role in shaping our energy, and in many cases, it quietly drains it. Spiritually conscious individuals recognize the impact of mindless scrolling, constant notifications, and the overwhelming need for digital stimulation. Every time you pick up your phone, you open yourself to a flood of energy, some of it beneficial, but much of it chaotic, fear-driven, or simply distracting. Social media, in particular, often fosters comparison, judgment, and low vibrational emotions. Those on a spiritual path establish firm boundaries with technology because they understand that their attention is a powerful resource. Instead of being constantly plugged into the digital world, they prioritize meaningful connections with themselves, with others, and with the divine. Take a moment to reflect. How much of your energy is being surrendered to your devices? What might shift in your life if you reclaim that time for your personal and spiritual growth? Another major force that lowers vibration is fear, the silent saboteur that can control our actions without us even realizing it. Fear isn't always loud. It doesn't always manifest as panic or extreme anxiety. Sometimes it disguises itself as procrastination, perfectionism, or the need to control every outcome. It's that quiet voice whispering, "What if I fail?" While no one can eliminate fear entirely, spiritually aware individuals refuse to let it dictate their lives. Instead of running from it, they lean in, facing their fears with awareness and courage. Every time they choose action over avoidance, their vibration rises. Ask yourself, what fear is holding you back right now? How different would your life be if you moved through it instead of letting it keep you stuck? Letting go of these barriers is not about deprivation. It's about freedom. When you release what no longer serves you, you create space for greater clarity, peace, and alignment. This is just the beginning. Beyond the obvious blocks, there are more subtle, often unnoticed habits that quietly lower your vibration. These silent saboteurs operate in the background, shaping your energy without your conscious awareness. But once you bring them into the light, everything shifts. Awareness is the key to transformation, and by eliminating these hidden patterns, you can experience a new level of spiritual clarity and personal empowerment. One of the most common yet overlooked habits is seeking external validation. Many people measure their self-worth by how others perceive them, whether it's through social media likes, workplace recognition, or approval from family and friends. This constant craving for validation is one of the biggest obstacles to spiritual growth. Every time you look outside yourself for approval, you give away your personal power. Spiritually awakened individuals understand that their worth isn't determined by external validation. They don't live for applause. They live in alignment with their inner truth. Consider this. How much of your energy do you spend trying to be seen, appreciated, or validated by others? What would shift if you gave yourself the approval you've been seeking all along? Another subtle but powerful habit that keeps people stuck is overthinking. The mind, when left unchecked, can become a relentless loop of doubt, worry, and mental clutter. Overthinking is like quicksand. It pulls you in, making it harder to move forward. The irony is that most of the things we obsess over never actually happen. Spiritually conscious individuals learn to quiet the mental noise, recognizing that the mind is a tool, not a master. While you can't stop your thoughts entirely, you can create space between yourself and them. Mindfulness, meditation, and conscious breathing help break the cycle of overanalysis. The next time you find yourself caught in an overthinking spiral, pause. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this thought helping me or draining me? That single moment of awareness can shift your energy, bringing you back to center and allowing you to move forward with clarity and intention. One of the most subtle yet powerful habits that lower your vibration is judgment, both of others and yourself. Judgment operates on a low frequency because it reinforces a sense of separation. When you judge someone, you create an invisible wall between yourself and them, feeding the illusion that we are disconnected. And when you judge yourself, you sever your connection with your own divine essence. Spiritually conscious individuals learn to replace judgment with compassion. They understand that everyone is on their own unique journey, including themselves. The next time you find yourself criticizing someone, ask, what part of me am I projecting onto them? And when self-judgment creeps in, ask, what part of me needs love right now? Shifting from judgment to understanding not only lightens your energy, but also fosters deeper self-acceptance and connection with others. Another major block to spiritual growth is staying within your comfort zone. While it may feel safe and familiar, it's actually a silent cage that stunts growth and limits potential. The truth is, expansion only happens when you step beyond what is comfortable. Spiritually aware individuals understand that discomfort is a teacher, and challenges are invitations to rise higher. Instead of avoiding fear and uncertainty, they embrace it as part of the journey. Consider this. In what areas of your life are you playing it safe? What opportunities have you turned down because they scared you? Remember, your energy doesn't elevate by doing what's easy. It rises when you choose what's necessary for your evolution. A habit that often goes unnoticed but significantly impacts energy is complaining. Complaints are like magnets for negativity. Every time you verbalize frustration, you reinforce the very reality you wish to escape, unknowingly inviting more of it into your life. Spiritually aware individuals understand the power of focus. What you dwell on expands. Rather than complaining, they choose gratitude. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges, it means shifting perspective. The next time you feel the urge to complain, pause and ask yourself, what is one thing I can be grateful for right now? Gratitude instantly raises your vibration and helps reframe challenges into lessons. Letting go of the past is another key aspect of raising your vibration. Many people unknowingly trap themselves in a cycle of regret, guilt, or resentment by constantly replaying past mistakes and painful memories. This mental habit keeps them anchored in lower energy, preventing growth and renewal. Spiritually conscious individuals treat the past as a teacher rather than a prison. They extract the lessons and release the weight of what no longer serves them. And a crucial part of this process is forgiveness, not just for others, but for themselves. Ask yourself, what are you still holding on to from your past? How would your energy shift if you finally let it go? True freedom comes when you choose to release the past and make space for the present moment. Breaking free from these hidden patterns isn't about striving for perfection, it's about becoming more aware. Every time you recognize and release a habit that no longer serves you, your energy becomes lighter, clearer, and more aligned with your true self. Elevating your vibration isn't about adding more, it's about shedding what holds you back and reclaiming your natural state of peace and empowerment. But there's another invisible force that many overlook, the constant noise of the external world. In today's fast-paced digital age, we are bombarded with news, opinions, and information at every turn. Many don't realize just how much energy is being drained by this constant stimulation. Spiritually aware individuals understand that to maintain a high vibration, they must protect their inner world from the chaos of external distractions. They recognize that reclaiming their energy requires detachment from the noise and a conscious redirection toward what truly matters. One of the most obvious energy drains is media consumption. Whether it's the news, social media, or entertainment, much of what we consume is designed to trigger reactions: fear, outrage, comparison, or judgment. The more you engage with this, the more it latches onto your energy, like an invisible force siphoning your peace. Spiritually conscious individuals take control of what they expose their minds to. They don't allow algorithms to dictate their thoughts, emotions, or beliefs. Instead, they are intentional about what they consume, choosing content that nourishes rather than depletes. Ask yourself, what are you feeding your mind daily? Is it expanding your consciousness, or is it keeping you in a loop of fear, frustration, or self-doubt? But the issue isn't just about media, it's also about our compulsive need to react. Think about how often you feel the urge to respond, to a comment online, to a political debate, to someone else's opinion. Reaction is a form of energy leakage. Every time you react impulsively, you give away a piece of your power. Spiritually aware individuals practice discernment. They pause before responding and ask themselves, is this worth my energy? Does this align with my highest self? More often than not, the answer is no. They understand that not every situation requires their engagement. The next time you feel triggered, take a breath and ask, am I responding from alignment, or am I reacting from ego? That simple moment of awareness can be the difference between preserving your energy and depleting it. The path to a higher vibration is not about adding more complexity to your life. It's about removing what weighs you down. By consciously choosing what deserves your attention and energy, you create space for clarity, peace, and alignment. The question is, are you willing to let go of what no longer serves you? The weight of others' expectations is another silent force that can hold you back from living authentically. How often do you find yourself making choices based on what your family, friends, or society expects, rather than what truly resonates with you? These expectations act as invisible chains, keeping you confined to a version of yourself that may not reflect your soul's true calling. Spiritually aware individuals recognize this and choose to break free. They understand that their purpose is not to conform to external pressures, but to honor their inner truth. This requires courage, the willingness to disappoint others, to say no, and to walk a path that may not always be understood. Ask yourself, where in my life am I still prioritizing others' opinions over my own truth? What would it feel like to finally live for myself? But external noise is only part of the equation. The mind itself can be an even louder source of distraction. Like a radio playing on an endless loop, the mind constantly generates worries, doubts, and judgments. However, here's a fundamental truth. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. Spiritually conscious individuals don't try to silence their minds. Instead, they learn not to attach to every thought that arises. They observe thoughts as passing clouds, knowing that they are temporary and do not define them. One of the most powerful ways to quiet mental noise is through mindfulness. When your mind starts to spiral, pause. Focus on your breath, notice your body, and ask yourself, what is real in this moment? This simple act of presence shifts your energy and reclaims your inner peace. There is another layer of detachment that might surprise you, letting go of the constant need to be busy. In modern society, busyness is often equated with success, and stillness is seen as laziness. But truly awakened individuals understand that power comes not from endless doing, but from being. They break free from the cycle of constant productivity and embrace moments of rest and reflection. Why? Because in the stillness, they reconnect with their true essence, the place where their highest vibration resides. Ask yourself, when was the last time I allowed myself to simply be, without guilt or distraction? What truths might I uncover in that silence? Detaching from external and internal noise is not about isolating yourself from the world. It's about creating enough space in your life to hear your soul's guidance. It's about reclaiming your energy so that you can create, heal, and align with your highest self. The less you let the outer world dictate your inner state, the more clearly you will hear the whispers of your intuition, the wisdom of the divine, and the truth of who you are. And this leads us to the ultimate key to elevating your vibration: surrender. True transformation doesn't come from force, control, or striving. It comes from letting go. Highly spiritual people understand that surrender is not about giving up. It is about releasing resistance and trusting the natural flow of life. The more you let go, the higher you rise. But what does surrender really mean? First, let's clarify what it is not. Surrender is not passivity or resignation. It does not mean accepting circumstances that do not serve you. Instead, surrender is an active choice. It means releasing the struggle and flowing with what is, rather than clinging to what you think should be. Imagine holding onto a rope tied to a heavy weight. The more you pull, the more exhausted you become. The moment you let go, you experience true freedom. One of the hardest things to surrender is resistance to change. Change is unpredictable, uncomfortable, and often unsettling. But resisting it is like trying to stop a river from flowing. It is exhausting and futile. Spiritually aware, individuals embrace change as part of life's natural evolution. They don't cling to old identities, relationships, or circumstances out of fear. Instead, they see change as an invitation to expand. Ask yourself, where in my life am I resisting change? What would happen if I trusted that this shift is guiding me towards something greater? Another powerful aspect of surrender is letting go of the need to control outcomes. How often do you try to micromanage every detail of your life, believing that if you just work harder or worry more, everything will turn out the way you want? This need for control is rooted in fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of disappointment. But paradoxically, the more you try to control, the more you block the flow of abundance and miracles. Those on a spiritual path release this habit because they understand that the universe has a plan far greater than anything they could orchestrate themselves. They set intentions, take inspired action, and then surrender, trusting that whatever unfolds is for their highest good. Reflect on this. What am I trying to control right now? How would it feel to trust instead of forcing an outcome? Surrender also means releasing self-imposed expectations. Many of us have constructed rigid ideas of who we should be, what our lives should look like, and how success should be measured. But these expectations often come from the ego, not the soul, creating unnecessary pressure, comparison, and dissatisfaction. Spiritually awakened individuals let go of these external definitions and align with their own truth. They measure success not by achievements, but by the level of peace, love, and joy they experience. Ask yourself, am I living for my soul or for my ego? What expectations could I release to create more space for my authentic self? And finally, surrender requires releasing the past and embracing forgiveness, both for others and for yourself. Holding on to past pain, regret, or resentment is like carrying a heavy backpack up a steep mountain. It weighs you down and makes every step harder. Spiritually conscious individuals recognize that they cannot rise higher while carrying the past with them. Forgiveness is not about condoning what happened. It is about freeing yourself from its hold. Ask yourself, what am I still clinging to from my past? What would change if I finally chose to forgive and move forward? At its core, surrender is the deepest act of trust. It is the belief that the universe is always working in your favor, even when things appear uncertain. It is the understanding that you are always guided, always supported, and already enough. When you surrender, you don't lose control. You gain freedom. You become a vessel for divine energy, and your vibration naturally rises. You align with the effortless flow of life, and that is where true magic happens. So, I leave you with this question. What are you still holding on to that is keeping you from rising? What might happen if, in this very moment, you chose to let it all go? The truth is, everything you seek, peace, love, joy, abundance, is already within you. You don't have to chase it, you only have to surrender to it. The path to raising your vibration isn't about adding more, it's about releasing, trusting, and stepping into the infinite power that has always been waiting for you. Are you ready to say yes? If this message resonated with you and you're ready to dive even deeper into your spiritual journey, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a new insight. Let's continue unlocking your highest potential together.